Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 13 of ReZero. Now, I'll tell you guys and girls, this was like a roller coaster in every aspect of what a roller coaster is. You know, you had the beginning, which was very tame, but it was very interesting. Then you had the middle, which was ramping up and, you know, the excitement level. And then the end, which wants you just to have another ride on it because it was just that great of an episode. Now, ReZero, when it starts off, we see that the future, heirs to the throne, or, possible heirs, the candidates essentially, are all saying bad things about one another. You know, you have them telling that Felt is a bitch because, she's from the gutter, she's not from, anything that's royalty and stuff like that. And you have even them saying stuff about Emilia, which really is when Suburu gets pissed off and he explodes with anger and starts calling out the various characters on, how can you say Emilia's like this and that. And he actually ends up declaring himself at one point as a knight. And that really pisses off this one guy in particular because of the fact that, he's a knight, he comes from a long lineage of knights, and you actually see that he shows his kingdom of knights behind him and stuff like that. And Subaru even insults them, saying, "Oh, how hard is it to be born into the knighthood? How hard, if you got born into a job and that actually really irritates him." So, Emilia though takes over the situation where she goes, "Listen, you can't be here," and she pushes him away to go back outside and wait there. Now, during the session, you have Ram actually come, or not Ram, it's Old Man Ram, I'm sorry. Old Man Ram comes in to try to save Felt, ironically, and Felt at this point had already said she was not even going to do this whole candidacy thing, but she goes, when they actually are now pinning Ram down and going to actually take him away and put him in jail, she's like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it, this way you'll leave him alone, right?" And so they leave him alone, and she declares right away how much she's going to change everything. She goes, I hate knights, I hate royalty, I hate this kingdom. She goes, "I'm going to change everything and bring," I think her exact quote was, "I'm going to bring fresh air into this kingdom." And so I think that's very interesting. I could see Felt really being, the kind of person that would take everything and really just kind of turn it upside down because it's corrupt in her mind. Now, meanwhile, Subaru was then challenged by the knight with purple hair to a battle because he was assaulted, the knights in front of him. And Subaru, of course, agrees to it. Word reaches Emilia, and right away Emilia starts running to his side along with one of the other candidates who was in charge of the purple knight. Now, as you can see, Subaru gets his ass kicked. This is ironically, I feel so bad with Subaru because I know Subaru tries his hardest, and that's one thing I like about his character is he doesn't really let down. He tries at one point to use his dark magic to make it so he can use a smoke screen, but the guy sees right through it, kicks his ass, and Subaru's down for the count. Now, the ending, where we see the most happen in this whole episode, the most impact, the most emotion, which really took me for a loop. I was really surprised how this ending went by. We have, Emilia tending to Subaru. Subaru's waking up. He thought he died for a second, but he's completely okay, so that did happen. And, Emilia asks him, "Why do you fight for me? Why is it that you always treat me this way and that way? Why do you do things?" And he's talking about how, he's protected her. She saved him, though, a whole bunch of times. And she doesn't understand that. She actually flips out and gets really, really mad because, remember, Subaru can only be the one that remembers what happens during the re-trips, essentially. And because of that, no one else around him remembers anything. And Emilia, I think, realizes that Subaru has something else for her and sees her as something completely special, and she doesn't want to be special in his eyes, I guess. And it's understandable to a point because I guess she's felt like she's being treated a certain way because she's different, and she doesn't want to be treated in any different way. She wants to be treated like everyone else does. And of course, though, Subaru does love her, and she doesn't understand that love. So, he's trying to tell her, listen, that's the reason why, And he actually bursts at one point saying, listen, I've done everything. I've been here for you. I've saved you. I've saved the mansion. I've saved other people. He goes, everyone would be lost without him. And, it was honestly the truth. I mean, Subaru really has done a lot in terms of saving people and doing a lot more than people realize and give him credit for. But, it was also the realization that he doesn't completely do everything selfishly, he's doing it for her, but he's also doing it for himself too. It's understandable. Everyone does something like that. And so what happens then is she goes, "You know what? You're absolutely right. I do have a lot of debts to repay to you, and I'm going to pay all of them to you now." And she goes, "We're done." she essentially walks away from him, and it leaves Subaru almost like, I can't believe it. He's just in utter shock. So episode 14 definitely is going to be interesting to see where he goes from there. I'm expecting probably a retrip soon that he's going to have to die and then restart all this and try to make things right by not involving himself so much. And I understand where she's coming from. Like she doesn't really fully trust Subaru because Subaru still is an outsider for the most part. And when she asked him, promise me you'll stay at the mansion, and he went against that, and right away that's a big breach of trust right there, no matter what. And she understands that there's a reason secretly that he's doing this, but since he was unable to tell her because he has that weird grip on him that every time he tries to talk about what happens to him when he dies, he can't do it. She doesn't fully trust him, and she knows that there's something he's hiding, something bigger, worse. And so I understand her pain and emotion. I understand Subaru, and it's just this episode was really good at conveying strong emotions and making you really feel for both characters in equalness. Overall, though, I really can't wait till episode 14. As always, ReZero is tuning out to be the best thing this year. For me, honestly, I think it's the best show of the year. It's second to none so far. But like I said, summer's still around. We still have many reviews to do for summer. We'll find out then what other shows come ahead of this and see what they do. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. The whole nine. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.